Hello and welcome to Sport This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
I am Ty Salam. It's great to have you join us again.
Let's begin with the list of the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And we have two guys who just got their call-up to the senior national team. I'm talking about Siri Desas and Kingsley Ehizeboy. Both guys will be making their debut. I mean, if they're able to get into the final 18-man list, right? Because it's 24 right now. So if they're able to get their starting lineup or even come in as substitute, they will be making their debut for the Nigeria senior national team. Talking about the Super Eagles of Nigeria against Sierra Leone. All
right, so these are the new birds in town. The new birds in the Super Eagles team are released by Tug-Of-War yesterday. So we're going to watch out for them, definitely. Also on the show, let's move on to the most topical issue in the world right now when it comes to sports, and it's about the Olympics, the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Of course, we all know about the threat of the COVID-19, but according to IOC President Thomas Bach, they're not thinking about any cancellation nor postponement.
Absolutely, it's going to go ahead according to International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach. Also on the program is the NBA. You have a new record from the Mavs. Talking about Luka Doncic. He had a 30 points triple-double in his just 172nd career game. He set the Mavs franchise record for triple-doubles with 22.
Remarkable stuff from this guy who was just 21. He's now broken the record that was previously held by Jason Kidd when it comes to the most triple-doubles in franchise history. I'm talking about the Dallas Mavericks, and we're going to be talking a lot more about Luka Doncic shortly. But before then, let's take a look at some of the results of the games that were played late last night, stroke early this morning in the NBA. 9 games in total, and we have all the results for you on the show. Starting off with a matchup between the Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Jason Tatum scored 32 points as the Boston Celtics bounced back from an overtime defeat to Brooklyn with a 112-106 win over the Cavs. So fantastic. What a nice way to rebound there for Boston. So Jason Tatum still doing amazing things as well.
He wasn't the only one.
Okay, who else?
Shemi Ojeleye, that's a Nigerian name right there. He got a career high of 22 points, which is a good one for the team, despite the fact that most of the players are injured.
So that's, short-handed, both sides. Celtics missing a lot of players. The Cavs missing a lot of players as well, too. So that's the name for to keep an eye on. Shemi. Perhaps. We'll who knows? I mean, the Olympics is coming, and the new coach is trying to bring
any Nigerian name come play for us. But that's not cool for those who already got into the team anyway.
Yeah. It is what it is. Let's move on to the matchup between OKC and Detroit. That ended 114-107 in favor of OKC. Danilo Gallinari scoring, making a crucial 3-pointer. In the final minutes of the game. The OKC actually almost blew a 16-point second half lead, but they still found a way to get the important victory. The Pacers and the Bucks also faced off, and it was the Milwaukee Bucks prevailing 105-89 2 nights after losing scandalously to Miami 105-89. Fantastic win for Milwaukee. And Giannis Adetokounmpo leading the way as well. 29 points, 12 rebounds and 6 assists for the Greek Freak. There's a reason why they have the best record in the NBA this season at 53-9. They avoid any kind of slump. They might lose one game badly,
but they bounce back
straight
the next one. No time to waste time.
All right, then. So the Bucks on pace for 70 wins in the season. Fingers crossed to see if they will achieve that. Let's move on to the matchup between the Orlando Magic and the Miami Heat. It ended 116-113 in favor of Miami, and it took a record-setting night from 3-point range for Miami to get the victory. Duncan Robinson scored 27 points, all of them coming from beyond the arc, while Miami set a franchise record of 22 three-pointers. So they were sharpshooting all night long, and that's how they were able to get that victory over Orlando. Fantastic win for the team. The Nets were absolutely destroyed, crushed by the Memphis Grizzlies, 118-79. Josh Jackson scoring 19 points in that victory. These two sides are trying to maintain playoff position. So it was a very good win for Memphis at the end of the day. Utah Jazz defeated the New York Knicks 112-104. Donovan Mitchell and Bojan Bogdanovic each scoring 23 points for Utah in that victory. Elsewhere, the Bulls lost against the Timberwolves 112-108-115. Malik Beasley, 24 points. D'Angelo Russell, 19 for Minnesota in their victory over Chicago. And last but not the least, the Pelicans lost against the Mavericks 123-127. And last but not the least, the Wizards, that's the Washington Wizards, lost against the Portland Trail Blazers 125-104. Damian Lillard scoring 22 points on his return from a groin injury. Carmelo Anthony as well too, contributing 25 points for the Blazers.
Yeah, Bradley Beal for him, 29.6 rebounds and 6 assists, but couldn't prevent the Washington Wizards from losing their 6th game in the last 8.
Yeah, sad. Yeah, it's doing a lot for that team, and it's understandable that certain nights it just doesn't work out for Bradley Beal, but it just has to keep going, and perhaps it might just sneak into the playoffs in the Eastern Conference.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right, let's focus on our featured match of the night now, the one involving Dallas and New Orleans, where the record was made, history was made by Luka Doncic. Cecilia, what more can we say about this guy? It's remarkable what he's doing at just the age of 21. He's broken the record, like we said, of the most triple-doubles in franchise history. That used to be held by Jason Kidd. But it's no longer Jason's own now. It now belongs to Luka Doncic after he scored 30 points. And what else can you say about him?
I'm just amazed the numbers of games that he played. 122 games. That was how he was able to achieve this one. And there's some players who play more games than that before they get to this record.
So fast.
But he did it so fast, and that's why he's been talked about so much. But in this particular game, he wasn't the only one that did all the playing.
Of course,
Kristaps also scored 34 points on the night. Seth Curry scored 21 on the night also. Tim Hardaway Jr. scored 18, and Dylan Wright also added 10 for the Mavericks, improving the record to 6-3 in the past 9 games. They have the players put up some numbers on the night.
Because Zion Williamson was very good on the night.
He was, 21 points for the Pelicans.
35 minutes.
Third straight loss.
Not good at all. Brandon Ingram as well, 27 before fouling out in overtime. Lonzo Ball, 25 points on the night. Let's talk about our top performers quickly. You saw Colin Sexton earlier, 41 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists on the night. Boy ended up on the losing side. Jason Tatum, another young player playing incredible basketball right now for Boston. Also had a fantastic night, 32 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. Julius Randle, not a lot to smile for New York Knicks fans, but Julius Randle doing his best, 32 points, 11 rebounds for New York in their loss as well. Kristaps Porzingis, 34, 12, and 3 for Dallas in the win over the New Orleans Pelicans. And last but not the least is this guy,
man of the moment,
Luka Doncic, 30 points, 17 rebounds, and 10 assists. It's remarkable. I mean, Cecilia, what do you want to say about this guy? The fact that he's broken this record just 5 days after turning 21.
Yeah, that's the remarkable part of it.
21, you're just starting your career.
To get into the game.
Exactly.
But right now, he's already having a record.
He's got a record. So
I know you can spend 1 hour to talk about him. Now, we have to move on now because Lisa Luka Doncic fan. It is kind of a resemblance.
I've got a lot of time for him. Let's move on with the show now, and let's come back home and talk about the 12th Nigeria Police Games, which is currently going on in Anambra. It's day 5 already, so that tells you it's hotting up and medals are being won by police personnel, and you say one of the sports. What is this, Cecilia?
Okay, that's tug-of-war for the men. Yes, tug-of-war for the men. This one was a spectacular one. Tug-of-war is also a sport. I mean, it's part of it. It's strength, it's building strength and all that. We know it's a sport. What are you talking about? I mean, you can actually agree that strongest man and some of the sport are sports. The Iron Man and all that. It's extreme sport. I won't classify tug-of-war as extreme sport.
So what is it?
But it's just one of those sports that you have fun, enjoy. Especially, I did this in primary school. It wasn't really funny because we're always on losing
quite tough.
Yeah, it's really tough. And that's why one man who understands how tough it is has been talking about this one. But then before we listen to him, we'll just give an update of what has been going on so far in this particular competitions. Just knowing that, enters, as you mentioned, yesterday was day for tug-of-war for men and women was done. Handball, wrestling, basketball, all of them are ongoing. They're having support from across board. And of course, you're having also not just this particular sport, but there just knowing that as well other sports that were also there. And that's why, one man who understands what the sport is all about has been telling us, how he enjoyed the game, and also the fact that facilities here that have been built will be actually, sustained so that they can use it for other festivals. Let's hear from him now.
I feel very happy and I feel very proud because cycling is a sport that you have to create time for intensive training to enable you to meet up with any incoming championship like this police game. So there's no magic about cycling. If you don't train, you will not be a champion. And when you leave your cycle for one day, your cycle will leave you for 1 week. Silver medal on 200-meter sprint. Another silver medal in 1 kilometer team pursuit. Another silver medal in 4-kilometer team event. And gold medal in 500-meter sprint.
Okay.
We started.
All right, that's Adodo Moses, our police national cycling coach. He was actually showing us all the medals he's won so far. That's how competitive this is and all that everyone, he's from Lagos Zone 2. Because of the money, 100 million naira worth of equipment will be donated to the best zones. And so all of them are trying as much as possible to compete and see if they can get their hands on that particular money.
Yeah, interesting and well decorated. All those medals, just one person. It must be very good. There were other sports as well
wrestling.
too. Wrestling, of course. Expect the police guys to be decent in wrestling because their job, could get physical at times. So wrestling was also took center stage yesterday, and several other sports as well. So I mean, it's exciting times for police and personnel with the return of the police games, and very interesting to see how it all ends on Saturday. Who's going to top the medals table? That's a very big question that will be answered in the next couple of days.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. But let's take a listen to Damian Oyinke. That's the Nigerian Wrestling Federation Technical Director.
We started with a clinic telling the athletes and the coaches the new rules involved in the game. And thereafter, then we have the draws for the Greco-Roman. So the first day was Greco-Roman wrestling. We concluded the 12 weight categories are involved. And the second day is the female wrestling. And also 10 weight categories are involved. As a matter of fact, it's very, very fantastic because I know that they had a wild publicity and Anambra State are giving a touch to police games. I do hope that other states will eliminate them and ensure that this competition is biannual, as is mentioned.
A very tough one. He's meant to man. This is really tug-of-war. It's well exhaustive, so it's not an easy one, and we are all enjoying it. We have facilities at Onitsha and Fege, Onitsha North and Fege. So creating these facilities, I know is a major responsibility to the Sports Commission, but assurance is that we'll keep them alive. By the way, as police is leaving, our men are also going in there training for Edo 2020. And by the time they are coming back, March, April, the junior ones will go in there training for, National Youth Games. You understand me? So the whole calendar year, we have activities that will be taking the youths into that arena.
Okay, I love what he said. He's Tony Ole, and he is the Managing Director of Anambra State Sports Development Commission. Not just enjoying the tug-of-war, but also after this police event, they know they're going to utilize the facilities. The youth are going to train there. They won't just leave it, follow no that when they're trying to organize another competition, that's when they start putting everything in place. So it's also part of development for the state, Oka, that is hosting the 12th edition of the police games.
Absolutely. It's one of the numerous benefits of hosting any competition, any sporting competition, because you have to build facilities, and afterwards, when the games are over, you have to make use of the facilities. You have to maintain them, which is very, very important. And it's good for the people of Anambra that they will be able to use all these facilities when the competition is over. Of course, competition will continue today in Anambra. Day 5 of the 12th Nigeria Police Games. We'll come back tomorrow to give you all the updates. Let's move on from that now.
Okay, we're going to talk about Choma Joan, who shines at the police game and all that, there was also a nursing mother that was also...
Choma, good old Choma.
She scored a goal in the football event. So you had another nursing mother that was also there. But we need to go on a break now. We'll come back. Our guests will join us, of course, talk about more of the police games and also the handball. And, of course, the FA Cup will get us talking.